Once, in a time when humanity was racked by epidemics of fear and the world was beset by the turmoil of war, a peaceful valley lay apart from it all, nestled between the guarding walls of high mountains. In that place, no armies clashed, no mobs sought victims by torchlight, and no inquisitors exacted righteous vengeance in the name of deity or despot. The secluded valley was serene and beautiful, though its serenity was a lonely one and its beauty melancholy. Every sound in the valley, from the gurgling splash of the streams to the wind in the boughs of the ancient forest, seemed like a sigh of longing. The lands beyond had been bright and welcoming once, but no more. Life beyond its walls had become hard and unforgiving. Only the valley's serenity remained untouched by the cruelty which infected the world. It was a timeless sliver of peace, drifting slowly into the warmth of myth. In the valley, sleek rainbow trout jetted through snow-melt pools and streams. Like living gems, they glittered and dove in the crystal-clear water. Small herds of swift roe deer ran in the deep glades, always alert for predators who might enjoy a meal or two of venison. Fat, chirping marmots weaved and dodged the eternal attentions of sharp-eyed eagles on the high meadows. And then, of course, there were 3 other inhabitants, dwelling in a pair of tiny cottages, one on each end of the valley floor. The great forest separated the tidy homesteads. Only a thin, wavering path beneath the overstory suggested their connection. One of the cottages was home to a little maid and her mother. The little maid's elderly grandmother lived in the other. The 3 of them were fortunate indeed to live amongst such beauty. Every day they witnessed the splendor of the forest, the quicksilver song of the streams, and the fierce majesty of the mountains that shielded them from the harms of the outside world. Though the valley was a sanctuary from the outer world, seasons and storms still intruded. Summers were all too brief, winters were much too long, and all who lived there had to toil hard each and every day. Gathering food, keeping their cottage walls daubed, patching their roofs against rain, and mending their clothes demanded much of them. They lived without fear of the violence and turmoil that raged outside, but the 3 who sheltered in the valley had to work hard: mother, grandmother, and little maid. Now, it might be supposed that the little maid suffered terribly in her loneliness, for there was scant rest and no chance for friends or play. It is true, she wanted friends, but she did not suffer. Despite the hardship and the lack of comfort and ease, the maid was happy and found moments of joy and pleasure in her simple life. She took special delight in walking the path to her grandmother's, who was very old and wise and could see many things that others could not. Although the old one lived by herself on the other side of the great forest, she was not lonely, for she was never really alone. The spirit ancestors, echoes of the ancient bloodline from which she was descended, often came to her and kept her company. She conversed with them in long dead languages, smiling and laughing at the mystical secrets that they told her. Some she shared, whispering and smiling, with her little granddaughter. Once every fortnight, the mother sent her young daughter through the great forest to her grandmother's cottage to wake her if she had gone into one of her trances, to bring her a basket of food, and to make sure the path to her door was clear of leaves and fallen branches. The old one doted on her granddaughter and gave her what few gifts she had to give. When the little one was tall enough, her grandmother gave her a bright red cloak with a deep pointed hood. Honored by the special gift, she always wore it, and so came to be called Little Red Hood.